And Kelly, it doesn't show you live streaming to your channel.
Oh, that's because it wouldn't let me. Now it's not letting me, though. Oh, weird. Okay. It's making me do all this stuff that it didn't let me do before. Schedule. Let me see. How do I know?
There, now you're showing. You're streaming now.
Showing, is it showing
Yeah.
you that it's live on my channel?
It's showing me that you're live on your channel, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I see the little linky
Right.
thing next to my name, so I guess it
Yeah,
works.
and everybody that's in your channel will show up with a link. In my channel, you'll see the link. But to
Okay.
me, but as I'm looking at it, it'll show a link telling me that they're from your channel.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You know, good morning, Homestead Matters.
Hi, Katie. I love her. I got to know her on the phone a little bit. She's so
Yeah,
awesome.
she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And there's Jacob LaFave.
Hello.
Now, you guys could also show Kelly some love by dipping into her channel as well.
My little bitty baby followers. I think I'm at like 345 or something right now.
Yeah, but see, we're going to try to push you up because you come up with some great shorts and everything else. I keep my eye out on you.
I need to make a short, like a video compilation of all my egg dances. But I get more eggs like every week or so. So it's like a never ending loop of egg. Did you see my one yesterday?
Mm-mm.
It's the most ridiculous one ever.
Well, here, let me check here.
Did I see Oh, it's not on my YouTube. It's on
Facebook.
Yeah, let me send it to your Facebook Messenger. Oh, here it is.
Hello, Oops.
Hello.
Oh, and Joseph Moore, I want to give him a great big thank you. Joseph Moore bought me 3 cups of coffee.
Is that Oops?
No.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
Joseph Moore comes up as Joseph Moore.
Oh, okay.
Oops is another good friend I've met. And good morning, Buster.
Hi, Buster.
But yeah, he was asking me a couple weeks ago about buying coffee and stuff like that, and he had bought me 3 cups of coffee. And so out of that $15, I got over 13. I got $13.50 of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They take less money than Venmo.
Than YouTube does.
Right.
Good morning. There's a dinosaur omelet.
Is that
on your channel?
Christopher or Angela?
Yeah,
I see. They're on my channel because they have the little thingy. Okay. We're streaming from StreamYard, guys, so I see it different than.
Well, you can also open up a tab on your YouTube channel.
Oh, I guess I could do that too. I don't know if
and that way you can peek in and see.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, that shows up yours, not mine. Let me see here. Oh, no, now it shows that I'm over there. Okay.
See, it shows me that you're at your channel. Yeah.
I'll be back. We will see you when you get back.
Hello, Sue. Sue's the Bud Files, and she's a good person to watch too.
Oh, that's a mountain with the sunshine. I thought it was a barfing emoji.
And then we have Matt from Grafted Branch.
Hi, Matt.
And we're going to give him a couple minutes, and then I'm going to start peltering you with questions.
I forgot to check if I know the answers. Hopefully. I meant looking at all my craft stuff that I still need to work on. I have so many of these I got to finish turning into earrings.
Oh, cool. I need to buy a pair of those earrings off you.
I need to figure out how to. I need to buy studs so I can make them studs too. Because I
I
like.
need the hoop. Yeah, a hoop is great for my daughter. Hook earrings.
Mhm. Yeah, I have these ones when they're plain like this sell really fast. And we did a bunch of glitter ones, and they don't sell as fast because I think people don't think they're real. It's funny because people will start touching them and stuff and being like, "Oh, that's an odd 3D print texture," and we'll be like, "Those are real," and they're like, "Yeah, those are real." Oh, Rebecca says, "How are your chickies doing, Kelly?" Uh,
Uh-huh.
so I got 20 um, chicks from Thieving Otter Farm. They're the Dark and Stormy collection, which has like the black gene in it.
Quail or chickens?
Quail.
Quail.
Well, I
Okay.
don't hatch chickens because the likelihood of them being roosters is just too much for my neighbors. Like if it ends up being a rooster, it's just a whole thing. Like they already have a
Oh,
problem with the quail. So I just don't even like I buy sex link chickens, and I probably will spend a lot of money to buy like actually sexed silkies. Like if the dinosaur omelet starts selling silky live birds and they want to ship them across the United States, I will collect them. um, no, I got 20 of her dark and stormy collections, and Utah is so rough on egg shipping. It's not even funny. Like I swear they shake, 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 and it's like ridiculous. And I had 14 of them develop, and all 14 hatched, and they are the most. I've had blacks, like I do have blacks, but these ones, I don't know all the gene stuff because I don't know a lot about genetics. I'm learning from her, but they are the prettiest black chicks. My daughter, I took a picture of my daughter this morning. She just sits by the brooder, and they see chicks all the time. Like there's always chicks in my living room, and she just sits by the brooder and talks to them and puts her toys next to the box and plays with them. And apparently
Mhm.
they change color when they get older. Like they're really gorgeous. But that's the best, like honestly, that's probably the best hatch rate I've ever gotten. Like all the ones that went in a lockdown actually hatched. They're super, super pretty though. Oh, hey, thanks, Buster, for hopping over there.
Yeah, he came over to give you a thumbs up. You need to connect with her. Everybody should connect with Kelly, with Feather Connections.
Yeah, my channel's not super serious, but it's helpful
No,
stuff if you
she
live in the
what
city.
she has a lot of information, and she uses humor to get it by.
That's a good description. I like that. I like that.
Well, it's the truth. You
Yeah, no,
use
it is.
humor.
I think that's why I get the mic at QuailCon. Although I'm usually so nervous at QuailCon, I'm like not the
But
same.
you battle your nerves using humor.
Yeah. Oh, Andy wants to ask Rebecca what the colors are. Oh, Homestead Matters. You hatched some too? They are so gorgeous. Like
Oh,
I love them.
look. See, I've got.
Oh, I have one of my super old shirts on. I wasn't sure which shirt to wear. This one says I was normal, insert number here, quail ago.
And
Oh, nice. You're decked
see,
out in
I got both of them on in honor of Kelly.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Matt, I think my husband was asking you, your climate's pretty similar to ours, right? Like, do you guys get winter though, or not really? Because you guys are you're more south than us. So I don't know if you're comparable to like
He's also
southern.
up the mountain a little bit.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Because I think he said he was high desert too, which is kind of like us. But southern Utah is real, real hot in the summer, like almost like Arizona comparable. And so I don't know if he's like that or and gets a winter or is like that and doesn't get a winter. So I'm not sure if our plants are like the same. If they are, then I know who to hit up about plants because I keep trying to propagate sticks and stuff. And
Well, we have Southern Scout Swede on my side, and on your side is Joe Kennard.
oh yeah, he came to QuailCon. Did you meet him? He's in Salt Lake City, Utah.
I may have met him. I don't know. Most of QuailCon is a blur for me because, I get stressed out and then I was trying to handle my rabbits and everything else.
I'm the same way. The first day, like I usually I'll drink like pre-workout to like stay up and like because the time zone jacks me up so bad and the traveling. And I had like an extra, I was doing it really fast and I had a little like too much pre-workout. So the first day I was like, I was like, people, pre-workout, nah. And it was rough.
Matt says it goes from single digits at night in the winter to triple digits in the day in the summer. We're probably close in growing season, and if love to help in any way. Yeah, he'll help you in any way.
Yeah, I don't know if I think their growing season might be a little longer than ours. We're in central, so it's like I swear we will still get snow up at I've seen it in June. And we're not that high up the mountain. We're on the bench. So it's nuts. Like, and it'll be great. Like, this has been the most mild winter Utah has like ever had. And everyone else, all the rest of you guys are getting dumped on, even in like Louisiana and Florida. And we're just chilling. And my kids are like so mad. They're like, why don't we have snow? We bought all our snow clothes. And I'm like, and watch, it'll start snowing in June as soon as I try to put stuff out.
You could always threaten to ship them to me for a couple weeks during the winter.
Yeah. Oh, my mom went to Florida now, so there's not that many people there. My sister's there, but I don't know if she would. Everything's thawing here and it's a mud swamp. Yeah, my backyard. I need to like put some steps or something because we just slide down the hill to the quail shed and it's a muddy mess. And then the chickens get all muddy and then come up and we're like, no, keep your mud to yourself.
This is the weather that Buster's putting up with in Cement, Oklahoma.
Oh, I was going to say, it always says the city, and I'm like, what state is that in?
Okay. Conditions are sunny with a temperature of 55. The wind is blowing from the east-northeast at 11 miles per hour. The current humidity is 37%.
West Plains.
And that's in Missouri. And sunny with temperature of 47. The wind is blowing from the northwest at 13 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 43.
I don't think it worked for mine. Is she near Jasmine or Chris Carnes? Do you know?
She's south of them.
Oh, okay.
You may not be doing it because you. Let me do yours here.
I don't even know. I haven't been out there yet. It's probably cold. I haven't been out there yet.
Okay, in Provo, sunny with a temperature of 31. The wind is blowing from the east-southeast at 3 miles per hour. The current humidity is 70%.
Ooh, it says on my phone it's going to get to 58 today. Still not warm enough for my father-in-law to turn on the hose.
Okay, let me put it this way. Kelli, your situation is kind of sort of like mine was.
Yeah.
To the fact that, tell us about the worst struggle you have.
I think it's being in close proximity to neighbors. Like the houses in Utah are so congregated that we're like 50 feet between houses or less. And so they can hear everything that's going on in the houses. They can hear everything outside. So if you're trying to grow out a bunch of roosters, it's really hard in the summer because everybody gets longer hours in the summer. So if it's light until 11 o'clock, the roosters are going to crow no matter what you do. And I think that's been the biggest struggle, is that finding that sweet spot and trying to get the roosters to be quiet enough. And a lot of people are like, oh, we just cover them up, they'll be quiet. No, they won't, guys. They will not. They will absolutely not, because they can hear still. unless you put earmuffs on them and then covered them up, like blindfolds and earmuffs, maybe they'd be quiet, but I doubt it because they probably crow just to hear what it sounded like with earmuffs on. So we had probably 200 quail in our little shed, and we killed all the males. And then the neighbors were like, thank you so much. And so we were trying to figure out how to still get fertile eggs, because we have like, we make dog treats, we have falconer customers, we have bird dog customers, like reptile customers. Like, we need ways to have fertile eggs to keep being able to produce and replace breeders and stuff. And it's kind of hard when you can't have males. And so we ended up we do a subscription through Guidro's Family Farm, and we just get 100 eggs a month, and that helps. And then I finally decided to do sex links. So I have one cage out of all the cages that has males. And so there's like 3 males in there. And that way if they hear a noise in the night, like a neighborhood cat or a dog or someone walking down the street, and they start to crow, they'll crow one time and then they'll be looking at the other males. There's no one to respond to them. We found out that if that happened, like they heard a stir in the middle of the night, one cage would crow, and there's like 2 stacked cages with like 4 tiers. So they would crow to this one down here and this one down here in each cage and like check in on each other. So it would be this chorus of like, hey, are you okay? Did you hear that noise? And back and forth, back and forth. And that's what the problem was. So it doesn't matter if you cover them up, because they will still make noise. They'll do it in the middle of the night. And so we just kept one cage, and that's kind of helped, because they're not calling back and forth to anyone, because there's no one to talk to except the ones that they can actually see. So we've kind of done that. Earmuffs for the yeah. And that's kind of helped. It's starting to be more light out though. And so they'll crow during the day, and I don't know how that's going to go, because they just don't like the noise in general. And our city's kind of unique, whereas like most cities you can get away with like, they're not poultry, they're not game birds, they're not waterfowl. Our city also has an extra ordinance somewhere that says like, if we don't say you can have it, you also can't have it. So it's going to be kind of complaint based. Even if we were allowed to have it and the neighbors complained enough, I think it could cause a problem. So it's trying that sweet spot of like trying to keep people that you live in close proximity to happy, but also still trying to, at the very least, provide meat and eggs for ourselves. But we do help a lot of like falconers and stuff and bird dog people. So it's kind of hard if you can't constantly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. I'm trying to find neighbors that will do trades, because we have bees, and bees are kind of expensive to get started into. So I'm trying to I have a neighbor with goats that has been fined so many times by the city for having goats when he's not allowed, that I think the city just writes him a ticket and he just pays it, and he just leaves the goats there. So I'm thinking he might be my best bet into moving a cage over there, because he's 3 houses down, and then I can just take care of them there and we're good. And he wants to like do splits with my bees. So I think if I'm like, I'll let you split my beehive and take half of them, then I can move a cage over there. So I'm hoping, because screaming goats are so much louder than quail ever will be. So if I can move them over there, then I can I'm really hoping to figure it out very soon, because I do not want to get rid of any thieving otter farm babies. They're so expensive and they're so nice. And I will cry if I eat one of those. I will cry in the kitchen sink as I'm processing it. And I got some from Southern Biophiliac, like sparklies, and I don't want to eat those either. So, you get like a couple that you're just like, I can't eat you. And then you're like, but you're a boy. Like, so I don't know. I might clean out my deep freeze room and put a cage in there of just my pretty boys that are going to have names and bows on them. I don't know. We'll figure something out, because they're not going anywhere. They will not be food.
There's an idea for you.
Which one? Just
The one I got posted on this.
lasting for a while, and the roosters are the lesser evil. Yeah, I have heard of people doing setting up speakers randomly around their house and playing like roosters crowing or something so that it echoes. And then when the city shows up to check, there's nothing there. Somebody, I can't remember where I saw that had happened to somebody and they had to get rid of all their animals. So just to kind of like to the neighbors, they would put speakers in their house and blast it in the middle of the night, like roosters crowing and stuff. And then when the city would show up, they'd be like, yeah, I don't even know. And
Just a
then they,
minute.
oh, you're good.
Chef, drop your link to your
Junket
store.
Chef, yay! Ooh, yummy.
Drop your link so people can grab your promotion.
That stuff is, I'm so glad I got to meet him. I hope he comes again this year. Drunken Chef, is your daughter doing Freedom Festival again this year? We'll wait and see what he says. Because I got to meet him at the farmer's market and that was super fun.
You guys grab his. I got his family pack. That's 5 different types of his new stuff. I gave it to my grandson for Christmas. And he just loves it. Grandma gets the neatest things.
Oh, I can't pull this. Oh, I see how it's doing it. It highlights over here when you put it up here.
Yeah, it highlights on the screen. When I put it up, you'll see it on the screen right below us.
But on the private chat on the side, it also puts it in blue.
I don't look at the private chat.
That's the only way I can see my ones, but let them free in the neighborhood every month. Yeah, Andy, if I raise 100 roosters and let them free in the neighborhood every month, I would immediately get found out because everybody knows that kind of throughout the state and the nearby states, like I'm kind of the person to go to. So that has actually happened where someone's roosters either got loose or they intentionally let them go and it was somewhere close enough to me that I had people messaging me nasty messages accusing me of affecting the native population, which is the most ridiculous thing ever because they will not live that long. They can't even really fly. But it wasn't a question, it was a statement. And I was like, no.
Your video is frozen.
Oh.
We can hear you, but you're still looking down at the screen.
Oh, oops. I don't know how to fix that. Is it still frozen?
Yeah, it's still frozen. It's just your connection.
Man. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet someone's running the microwave. Does that happen to you?
I don't have microwave in my apartment.
Oh. Because I was like, that's what happens here is someone runs the microwave, all the Wi-Fi shuts off.
With me, if I have a microwave in my apartment, I'll start having nightmares about microwave blowing up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
Good morning, Nikki.
Drunken Chef says he's going to be there again this year. Yay!
Yep.
Hopefully, Drunken Chef, by summer, the rush of quail will have slowed down, or I figure out where to store males so that I can actually go. Because I am signed up for the whole winter, and I have been a few times. Like, I'm not even going today. I'm scheduled today, but I removed it from the schedule because I don't really have any eggs. I have like 2 dozen, maybe. So
now you're moving again, Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Homestead Matters wants to know if your router is by your kitchen.
The upstairs router is not. It's a 3-floor house. So I think the top 2 floors, the router's up here. I'm on the 3rd floor. And we live in the basement. And our router is, It usually doesn't affect our router that much, and I think it's because it's kind of blocked from direct interference. But on the middle floor, when you turn on the microwave, the 2 computers that we have up there will just shut off. But they're like in the dining room, and the microwave's like in the kitchen, and they're like side by side. So
Oh, yeah, that
it's
can be
not
a
the
pain in
whole
the butt.
house, but basically the 2 computers that you use the most, the Wi-Fi will like intermittently shut off.
Okay. Now, you okay. You do more than just quail.
Yeah. I mean, more than like live birds, you mean?
Right. You do more than just egg cells
Yeah.
and live
Yeah.
bird cells.
We do quail egg jewelry and a lot of education on that because people think that we just put an empty egg on a chain, which is crazy. Like it would break so easy. So we do quail egg earrings and necklaces, and then fairy eggs, like those little bitty ones. We do those. That's my kind of new thing. Like if I find a couple fairy eggs, like the new one, those couple. Some people call them fart eggs. The ones that the couple birds lay that are like weird, tiny little bitty ones.
Yeah.
I
Fairy
started. Yeah, that's like at my house we call them fart eggs, but I started calling them fairy eggs from a marketing standpoint. And I kind of coined that like the first couple eggs, you only get a couple like that, and then everything else is a normal size egg, right? So it's a sign of bigger and better things to come. So I tell people they're good luck eggs because I mean,
Yeah.
makes sense, right? So, and
Right.
there's only a few like that. They don't have matches because people are like, why don't you make a match? And I'm like, because they aren't. They're the only one that's going to look like that. So people really love to give those as gifts. We do skull earrings and necklaces. We do claw jewelry or like flipping the birds with the claws has been really popular as like keychains. We just make the little claw like flip the bird, and those are really popular. um, what else do we do? We do
About 30 years ago, I used to sell bird license.
bird what?
Bird license.
Bird license.
License to fly the bird.
Oh, I'm trying to think what else we sell. What else is up here?
They were business cards.
Oh, quail egg candles, which are like meh popular, but they're fun to make. Oh yeah, I do printed stuff. I don't print it myself anymore. I used to do a lot more. I've just uploaded my designs to like an indie site, and every once in a while they'll send me $1 if somebody buys a design. So I design stuff, but I don't do it myself or anything anymore because it's just I don't know. Um,
Kelli also does coffee cups.
yeah, yeah. On that new website that I use, you can pretty much upload any design that I make to anything, like walls, flags,
Well,
whatever.
see, the thing about this cup, this is one of our older style cups because I helped her design
Mhm.
this one.
That was like one of my first designs, like period. Oh,
And
Aaron's here.
yeah, good morning, Aaron. And
Yeah.
Joanne, um, she doesn't have Nightbot up on hers. So you have to be in my channel if you want to get your weather report.
Oh yeah, I didn't set that. I thought I did, but I don't know if it will during a. Maybe it's because I'm not the one that's the stream, like the streamer.
No,
No.
it's in your thing, so it should be able to connect yours.
Oh, Dinosaur Omelet says he's seen a huge saturation of scammers in the Facebook poultry groups trying to get money. Yeah, and now the scammers will make a ton of money this year because people will just throw money to get birds, especially when they see that the farm stores are selling out like that. They panic. And yeah, so make sure if you're one of those people, make sure you do your research. I don't take money from people unless I have a bunch of people not show up. I will not take their money until they show up to pick up. But if there's a lot of like no shows or don't respond to me or I think they're pulling my chain, I will make them do $1 non-refundable deposit per bird to be on my list. But I usually don't do that until I get enough people that really annoy me. So, oh, Andy Rabbit says her husband would said who would wear skull earrings. A lot of people actually. The plain skulls are really popular, but when I glitter them and bejewel them, not so much.
You know what I think would be cool around Halloween? If you paint them with the glow-in-the-dark paint.
I can't remember if ours was glow in the dark, but they were Halloween colors. They were like fluorescent green and pink and orange and purple. But they were like fluorescent. I don't think they glowed in the dark though.
No, but because I had bought some paints and I was going to actually do that, and then all crap hit the fan a year ago.
I forgot what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought.
See, now on Nightbot is showing you the links for Kelly's channel, as well as where you can buy her merchandise and her unique T-shirts.
Was like, oh, as far as other stuff we do, when we can grow out males, we have falconer customers, but I usually keep that on the DL because I'll get overrun by the state of Utah. And it's just a whole thing. So I have a couple that I will help. And then bird dog people will call me. A lot of them are newer bird dog people, and they've made the mistake of like training with falcons, or not falcons, with pheasants, which are like $30 a bird. And that's insane to like take a $30 bird and let your puppy practice hunting it down. I'm like, woo, no. So a lot of those people find out about quail and they're like, oh, thank goodness. And I'm like, yeah, you just saved a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What they get 5 quail for what they pay for 1 pheasant.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're not going to go anywhere. So it's not going to affect the native population. Like you don't. Yeah. And it's really funny because they apparently have bird flickers. And they have these little like, it's like a bird shoot. They put them in this little like, it's like a metal trap, and it has like a bar that goes across the bird, and they hide it in a bush. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you seen these before?
No.
They like hide it in a bush, and then the hunter can be far away, and when the dog points at it, the hunter can push the button, and it flicks the bird into the air.
Yeah, it flushes them.
And then sometimes they'll fly. I have to know how good of a flyer they need to decide what age and what type of bird to give them, because I've seen people do it with my really old breeders or like in a molt or something, and the thing just goes up in the air and falls back down, or they weigh too much. Some of them, the trap can't flick something that heavy, so you have to have a certain weight bird. I've seen a couple people do it, and certain weight birds do not work for that, and it's really funny because it like disables their trap or their whatever that thing's called.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what other things do you do to be more self-sufficient at your home?
We have chickens and we have Muscovy ducks.
Yeah.
We have Muscovy ducks because they're quackless, so no one can hear them, and they're wrapped in like a dog run, so no one can really see them. And they're really good moms. So like they'll lay, the downside is you don't get eggs all year, but they do lay some like really big clutches of like 25 or 30, and then they'll hatch them all out because they're that big. They can actually hatch that many. And then we just usually raise them for meat. So, and they're really good. They taste like steak. And my son has learned to help me with them because he really likes the heart. And so he kind of learned to help me with it a little bit. And yeah, I really like raising random things like that. The kids have learned. My youngest is still too young. She's like 5, but my son who's 10 has learned quite a bit since since COVID pretty much, like where food comes from and what it takes to be able to like raise your own food. So I think it's really cool kind of watching that. That's not something I ever would have been able to do at that age. But yeah, and then we have bees. We'll see how long we have bees. I think I'm going to do a trade with my neighbor and have him help me because he'll wear a veil and nothing else, not even gloves. And he's fine with it. But I think one got in my hood the other day in my bee suit. And I run, but you can't outrun the bee that's in your face, like in it. And oh my gosh, I was upset the rest of the day. I was just not okay. Like, I'm actually terrified of bees. So when they come out and they climb all over me, I'm like, like it's ridiculous. But the reason I started doing that is because if you can't access sugar and like I know some people like tap trees and stuff. We don't have those kind of trees here. Then honey would be a good way to get sugar. So I figured learning that, which is a more fine-tuned, difficult skill, it would be helpful in the future. So, but also it makes really good trades for things. So I'm hoping that will come in clutch with trying to find somewhere to move birds around too. But I think that's pretty much it. We're trying to garden. I'm not super good at it. Usually it gets to a point in the summer where it gets hot enough that I'm like, I don't care anymore. So I just won't do it. So yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to share with them about one of your educational shorts.
I was like, oh no, what are you going to share? Could go any way.
Of will that cage work for my quail? I'm totally screwing with you guys. That is not a quail cage. That is an animal trap. Don't use something like this to house your quail. Welcome to episode 4.
That was my random one. I had I had a couple nasty comments on, I think that one actually. I don't know why people follow me if they don't get my humor. I'm like, why do you? I guess if they comment, it still affects the algorithm. So
yeah, and the thing is people. Never mind. You know me. I get going, and I'm going to keep going.
Well, Aaron says on every single live stream, my favorite thing ever is like hit the thumbs up button. And if you don't like the stream, I don't really care. Hit the thumbs up anyway, because I don't need your negativity. That's kind of how I am. I'm like, yeah. I showed a lot of those shorts I taught a class at Utah Valley University on raising quail the other day. And I showed a lot of my shorts and they thought it was really funny. So they got my humor.
Okay, you guys.
All right, guys, welcome to episode number 1 of Will This Cage Work for Quail? The answer is yes. This is actually a quail cage. It's a little bit run down, but has a water system. It's got an egg rollout. It's got poop trays underneath, so the birds are up on the wire and not in the poop. Here's the catch, though. This is not predator proof. It does have hardware cloth, but the egg rollouts at the bottom of the cage is where predators can pull out your birds and also climb into the cage with your birds. So if you have something like this with egg rollouts, Wynola Ranch, Hatching Time, Dale's Quails, or homemade, if it has an egg rollout, it needs to go in a shed or garage or in your house, some sort of structure, because that's not predator proof, but it works wonderful for quails. All right, guys, welcome to episode number.
Bye, Matt. Thanks for coming.
Have a blessed day, Matt. And hopefully see you either tonight or tomorrow.
Andy Rabbit. Is that
Good morning, Mel.
Hi.
Mel made it.
Mel, I was going to text you the other day about Joey's thyroid stuff. So remind me later.
But anyhow, okay, now what you say you do? Muscovy ducks, chickens, quail. Do you garden?
I try to. I'm not super good at it. It kind of depends.
Practice makes perfect, dear.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's disheartening because things die so fast in Utah. Like and then it just gets hot, and then you're like, yeah, screw it. It's gonna die anyway. I'm not gonna go burn myself trying to water it. So yeah. Good morning, Leah. Yeah, I do a little bit. We have fruit trees and stuff. Obviously, they get water. I'm gonna try to do a lot of cover crops this year, like crimson clover around all the fruit trees and stuff. They're kind of like nitrogen fixers, but also a lot of the clovers. I don't know if crimson does. I know red clover does, but a lot of clovers and stuff have like beneficial herbal properties, and so if the bees use them and put them in the honey, I imagine it makes the honey better. So I try to put that kind of stuff out, but it's hard because the chickens will plow through everything too. So I have to like put down grates and stuff and then try to build it up before it gets crazy. Oh, what?
Now I'm going to do something I haven't done yet today, and I usually do it in the beginning of the chat. Another thing that you can do for nitrogen fixers, grow some peas and beans.
I wanted to grow a bunch of like green beans and stuff. I haven't tried peas. I think peas, it's a fall, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
And I can never remember what zone I'm in. I'm in between like two. I think it's 6B and 7B.
6B and 7A, you mean?
Something like that. I don't know. Steve figured it out and Christina Guidros figured it out. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it is though. And my mother-in-law was like, I don't know, and she's been growing for years. So it kind of depends on the year too, because like last year our tomatoes did really well. My mother-in-law's tomatoes did really, really good. And the 2 years before that, it was too hot and they wouldn't even pollinate. So it just kind of depends on the year too. So
yeah,
sometimes you put the same amount of work and then the weather just does not work. That's part of being in the desert. So, but I'm doing a lot of those things that you can just kind of throw out and then they go on their own, like the crimson clover. And I got hairy vetch and.
How about some borage?
I don't think I have borage. I might have seeds somewhere. I think I bought a couple starter plants last year and it lasted for a while. But then sometimes the chickens, what's that other one? It's like big, what is that called? It's like big leaves, like plantain, but it's not plantain. I feel like it starts with a C. It's something that livestock eat a lot and it propagates on its own and it grows naturally in other climates. Not really here. I can't remember what it's called. I think it starts with a C, but we had a bunch of that. And then the animals figured out what it was after I took off the gating around it and they plowed all of it. Comfrey, that's it. I was like, I knew someone would pop up what it was. Yeah, I found comfrey. And it was the first year ever last year that I found comfrey. And we planted it in several places and kind of covered it so that the chickens and the ducks didn't eat it. And then we took the things off and the chickens weren't messing with it. So I was like, we're good. And then like 2 days later, I went out and the ducks had eaten the entire thing and then ripped out the root too. Because I was like, it's cool if they eat the thing and the root's still there, it'll still go. But they ate the whole thing. And I was like, dag, grab it. Its model name is Bone Knit. Oh, yeah. I knew that I had a lot of medicinal stuff. It's just hard to keep around the animals. They want to eat everything. So, and the chickens.
You would have to put a cage over what you don't want the animals to eat.
Yeah. And like I put the ducks up. So the ducks are in their area for now. But yeah, the chickens I don't put up. They just go in their little thing at night because they're too loud. They'll scream at me all day if I put them up. And I have put them up before. But yeah, I just don't because they cause too much ruckus and we eat a lot of chicken eggs. So I don't want to have to get rid of the chickens.
What kind of chickens do you have?
I have one bantam cochin left and then the other 4 are sex links for the reason of not wanting to get roosters. Because I swear it's like 50-50 and you end up with roosters and they're usually not, you can't tell until you catch them crowing a lot of times. I don't think you can vent sex a chicken. So
Yeah, you can.
Well, I
Just
haven't
like you do a quail.
I haven't been successful with it. So bye, Rebecca. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Rebecca, and have a blessed day. You said you have bees?
Yeah.
And how many hives do you have?
I have
2 hives.
Mm-hmm. And my one that I bought last year as a start it's exploded in population. So I will probably have to do a split. And Aaron was telling me not to do a split. They just keep stacking theirs taller, but I probably will do a split only because I want that neighbor that I'll split with to let me put quails in his yard.
Hey, there's a reason to do everything.
Yeah, and my and also that hive, I hate that hive. But my swarm survived too, and usually they don't make it through winter. But I wouldn't really call what we had this year a winter. So that's kind of nice.
Good morning, Howie. That's Food Forest Permaculture. It's Howie.
Thanks.
And he lives on part of Vancouver Island.
Like Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there
But
another?
they have their weather on Vancouver Island is similar to California.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Kelly, how do you clean your heads?
Well, there's an easy way, and then there's the way I do it, which is pretty much I could say about most things I do. It's harder to, I think it's hard to keep them little domestic beetles, and you have to have a right climate, and I don't have the right climate, and I don't want them in my house. So I clean them by hand. I freeze the heads, and then when it comes, like I go take a big batch, I put them in water and I boil them for 20 minutes. If you boil them longer than 20 minutes, the bones will break when you go to clean them. So I've noticed that is kind of the sweet spot. So I boil them for 20 minutes and then I take them off and let the pot cool. And sometimes I throw ice in there to do it faster. And once it's cool, I put on gloves personally and usually glasses or just turn my head when I do it because it's gross and you don't want that splashing on you. Promise. I've been there, done that. But then I just kind of peel the flesh off of the skulls. And then my friend Ed got me a tool. It's downstairs or I'd go grab it. Some sort of clay, like when you're doing pottery, like carving, and it scoops the eyes out a lot better. So I scoop the eyes out that way and just clean off as much flesh as I can by hand. And then I put them in peroxide and let them sit for like 24 to 48 hours. And then when they're done sitting in the peroxide, I put them in my dehydrator and I just run it for like 12 hours on low. And then it just kind of dries. So let me see if I have a couple here. So they'll still, it's not perfect because you'll still see the little foofs and stuff, the feather foofs, because it's done by hand. But yeah, that's how I do it. I do it by hand. It sucks, but I usually can charge a good amount for the skulls, so it's nice.
Oh, look at this. Mel had left 20 skulls in the compost pile for the beetles and maggots, but the crows took all of them and brought her back a chicken hip bone.
Yeah, crows take like everything. They'll steal chicken. We have magpies here too, which are bigger crows. Like they're big, like the biggest crow you've ever seen with a big, long, blue, black, white tail feather. They eat everything. And I think they're as smart as crows. Like they're kind of intense. So I've seen them pick up full chicken eggs.
And we in Ohio, we have crows and ravens.
Yeah, magpies are like ravens, I think ravens are bigger, right?
Yes.
Yes, a magpie's like a raven size, but just with a
Yeah.
really long tail feather. They're trash birds, but you're not allowed. They're protected, so you can't really do
And we
anything.
also have turkey vultures.
Oh, I don't. I think we have those, but not in the city so much.
Well, this is in Franklin. They're in the city.
That's true. Yeah, I think I've seen those out of my mom's in like West Middletown, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
A lot of people say
I
they're
don't know.
ugly, but I think they're beautiful.
They kind of remind me of like turkey naked necks. Have you seen those chickens?
That's kind of what they are, really.
Like, have you seen those little chickens though? What they got like no feathers on their neck
On the
and like
neck.
their face? It's hysterical. And
Mhm.
they're funny when they're mixed with silky chickens. They're called showgirls because they got like a little foofy skirt and like this. Yeah, it's really funny. I love those. I had a couple, and they're hysterical. I call them by another name. That's not appropriate for YouTube, but I think there's a video of it on my. Maybe there's a video on one of my shorts. It'd be a really old one though. Oh, see, Witch Doctor. I don't know which is which. I know what a showgirl is, but I don't know if the other name is. I don't know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube or not. I don't
You
know
can
if
say
that.
strippers.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if the stripper chickens are a different kind or they're the same. I don't know. So, birds and T-Rexes waiting to peck and devour you. Yeah, they're so. Yeah. I think they look like something else when they don't have feathers, and I think they're so funny. I just love them. They're just the weirdest. And they do kind of look like dinosaurs. One has a bow tie and one doesn't. Oh. Oh yeah, I've seen those when they don't. And then you can see their crop full and it like sloshing around. It's really weird. But those are really hard to sex, and that's why I haven't got more silkies since the last dog got in. Because that was when I think we got 6, and 4 of 6 were roosters, and we didn't know. We would find one be a rooster and be like, oh, we got the problem. And then 2 days later, the neighbors would be like, no, you didn't. And we'd be like, there's another one. And it went like that for like spring until summer until we finally found all the roosters. It was crazy. And so I don't want to do that again.
Well, you can vent some like you do quail.
I think silkies are harder though. I've heard a few people say that have a lot more experience with chickens than I do, that they don't like silkies for that reason.
Uh-huh.
I wish they were as easy as rabbits. You know what
Well,
I mean? Like,
you can't see it, you can feel it.
right. But also you can tell, like, I guess you can pull back more than you can on a bird. So
Yeah. So do you have rabbits?
we have pet ones now. We did for 6 months try the meat rabbit thing. And the summers are hard on them here. And I know you can breed so that they get more used to that.
Yeah, the ones born in the summer are more heat tolerant.
Yeah, but when it came time to process all the babies, we had like 25. I couldn't do it, and my son was super upset about it. And so my husband ended up begrudgingly having to do it. And it was really hard on him. They're so cute. Like it was hard. And I don't know why I can't get over something that has like fur. Like I could probably do a pig. I could probably do a cow, maybe a goat. But like, I don't know what it is about rabbits. I think it's because when I was younger, I was in like way, way into 4-H. Like I have so many trophies, and I did like all the showmanship stuff, and I had the standard of perfection like memorized. Like I was way into it when I was like 15. And I just always viewed them as pets that you would show and not food. Like I never did food rabbits ever. I never did anything like that. I just did more show stuff. And so I think trying to get out of that mentality was really hard. And it was hard on my kids too. So I know how to do it, and I know a fair bit about rabbits. So I feel like if I ever need to do it again, it's not something I need like a lot of practice at. I'll be fine. And we like the meat. But yeah, we ended up just keeping one insanely huge New Zealand it was like the biggest baby I've ever seen. It was like 3 times the size of all the other kits. It was insane. And we kept him, and we call him Tater. And then we have a Holland Lop we keep, and they're pets. So
Have a blessed day, Chef.
bye, Drunken Chef. Thanks for coming. Yeah, we just keep them as pets now. So it's hard to eat them when they're so cute.
You know, when I was doing the cooey,
Mm-hmm.
I was processing a bunch of cooey, and the problems I had with that was because I don't have the strength that they show on the tubes to do it, so I had to do it the hard way. But anyhow, a cute factor got me. When I got to Kiss, I could not process him. He was too daggone cute.
Yeah.
And
I try not to do that with the quail. So that's why they don't get names or anything.
right. Well, I didn't name him till that at that time because that's what he reminded me of, and that's what I was seeing. It's a Kiss fan, because
The-
he was just he had the long hair and everything.
That is the thing I had the hardest time with. Besides that was ducks. I really had a hard time with the ducks. That was really hard. Now I'm kind of used to it, and I'm like, I look at the feed bill and then I look at the ducks and I'm like, okay, I can do this because they do eat a lot. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks when they look at you with their little eyes. Like some of them you just feel worse for than others. So quail don't live super long. So I'm like, well, you had a good run. But it helps that I tell all my new people this too. It helps when you learn on someone else's animals how to process them. And then you try the meat and the eggs first before you get into it. Because if you try raising your own and then processing your own for the first time, it's always so much harder than like learning on someone else's that you didn't hand raise, that you don't have a name for or an affection for. That kind of helps. Because the hardest times we've had helping other people were when they were processing their own birds. And that sucks. Like I've had people bring me males that need to be processed and they get to the point they can't do it and I'm doing it and they're like over there crying. And that just sucks. That is hard to watch. It's hard to do because then you're like the bad guy and like that sucks. I strongly advise all my people against that now, and I haven't had that issue in a couple years. So, and the person that did have that issue, I think, buys sexed birds now. So, because that was rough. Like I usually don't have a problem processing someone's animals, but when they're sitting there crying, like that's too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's hard. It definitely it takes time to get used to unlearning things we have learned and learning new ways to do it or like reverting back to the old ways to do it. It's a process. It takes time. Not everybody was raised that way. A lot of people are not raised that way, and it takes a while to kind of get to that. I think sometimes things happening too, like with the pandemic, made a lot of people kind of toughen up to see what they were able to do in case they ever needed to do it. And then they don't necessarily have to keep doing it, but they know how to do it now. So
once you have the experience, it becomes easier the next time.
Yeah, you have that confidence.
Right.
That if you need to do that, you can now do that.
Yeah, because a lot of people that prep for SHTF, they don't realize what you need to get is the knowledge and experience to help you when that time comes.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the knowledge and experience and you just buy a bunch of stuff for when it happens, when that stuff runs up, you're dead. If you don't have the knowledge and experience, you're dead.
Yeah, it's definitely. Oh my gosh, who's texting me? My computer's waking out. Okay, hang on. I'll be right back.
Nikki says if Brad processes for someone attached, he has them just drop off and pick up later. Yeah. Well, when she gets back, we'll have your questions ready for her. Wait a minute. This is what I was trying to get. When I said I wanted to start butchering quail, same combo was said. So when I went to the store and bought a box of quail to try. Okay. Oops, says his wife's name's everything, and I have to tell her its name is not Petey, it's beef, barbecue. That's right. Oops, just tell her to give him food names, so that way she knows in her mind they're going to be food.
That's a good idea.
As we were talking about getting into rabbits for more meat, and I'm binging on videos now. I feel like I can dissociate for quail. I can for rabbits. Yeah, because I bought the cooey. I got cooey because I've raised cooey before as pets and sold the babies. Okay, so I figured I'm not totally 100% new. So I went into the cooey and figured if I can process cooey, then I can do rabbits. And that is how I did it.
Yeah, I think the meat tastes really good. I personally just struggled with it. But I think maybe when the kids get a little bit older, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, though. That's just my personal thing. But I wish I had the room to get meat chickens this year. Because I know if I can do a Muscovy duck, I can do a meat chicken. But they stink. And there's a trick to raising Cornish crosses in high desert. And I think it takes several batches for people to learn what the trick. I've heard the trick. It's like you have to get them at a certain time of year. But yeah, they get that.
Then you know what you do instead?
Go to the store, maybe.
You order some American breastie from Aaron.
I want to, but the problem is and I almost did, because there's people that have them locally here too. But the problem is with American breasts, or however you say it, is by the time they're ready for butcher, the males have already started crowing.
Well, they just get butchered earlier. That's all.
Yeah, but like I said, if one crow pops out, my neighbors are gonna go berserk. And it's also a pain if you can't tell ahead of time if it's a boy or a girl, and then you're like every day going out and processing one bird because you heard a crow. Because it takes so much longer than doing like a quail. Like I can just do a quail really quick over the sink and be done with it, but I feel like you got to set
There's Joseph. Good morning, Joseph. And I still say thank you very much. I talked about you at the beginning of the stream. And I thank you very much for all that coffee you bought me.
Verna, did you go to Joann's and get a bunch of yarn?
No, I haven't been back to Joanne since I got the stuff for the shrugs.
Oh, because I was like, they had announced that only some stores were closing and our stores were not closing. But then they announced like 2 days ago, all of them are. And so I was like, oh, really? So I went and investigated, and they had pretty decent sales.
The thing about is you get the Burnett blanket yarn, Burnett extra, and that is really
That's my favorite. I use that for everything because I don't like the little yarns. Like my eyes aren't that good, so I just don't like them.
but you haven't seen the shrug.
I did you finish it?
I finished all the shrugs.
Oh, I think I saw a one in progress, and that was all I saw.
Okay, just a second. Let me
I
let
was like,
me
go get him. It's show and tell time.
let me do this. I'll show this on so everybody can see it. I just have to find it. I gotta go to my channel, go to my shorts. Okay. Now this will be my daughter is modeling the one I made for her. And it's made out of Burnett blanket extra, which means it's extra thick.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. That is so perfect. I like, ooh, ah. That is so cute. Did you change the colors out or that's just it was
That's
multicolored?
it was multicolored. It's the way I like graded gradual blah, blah, blah.
Oh, the
I
gradient
like it
ones?
right.
That's cool. I've only ever done them in stuffies, so you can't see the gradient as much because they're closer together and smaller.
She's my angel.
I'm trying to do something with the feather. Interesting. Doesn't look half bad though.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna be crocheting a whole bunch more um later. Um and put them up for sale.
Yeah, you totally should. Those are so cute.
Well, my daughter, she loves it. She says it makes her feel like a Viking when she has it on.
Oh, that's so true. I never thought about that, but it's awesome.
And another thing is that shrug can go over her coat.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
How long did it take you to make it?
What it depends on what yarn I'm using. If I use that extra thick, I can have it done in a day.
Wow. Is that how many skeins does it take?
3.5 scans to make it that big.
Oh, okay. Is that how you say it? I was like, I don't know how to say it. I was like, I just made up a word. Skein, scan, I don't know. Oh, floofs. How much floof balls?
Oh, I've actually got one yarn that's called squishy.
Oh.
That
I
would be
think
great. Like, let me see if I can find it. If I got some here.
Burnett baby yarn or whatever. They had a
No.
bunch at Joann's and they had like neon, like reflective colors. It was crazy. It looked like construction worker yellow and oranges. It was wild.
Uh-huh. I'm looking. No, that's none over here. So I don't know where I moved it. So I had to find out where I moved it. But here's a big ball of it right here. That's why I rolled a bunch of it up. Because I started it on something and took it apart.
Oh, okay.
It's a thick yarn like you like. But it's called squishy. And I don't remember where I got it from.
Is it by that same company or no? It's not Bernat
No.
squishy.
No. Here's it's Soho squishy.
Oh, oh, that's cute the way they spelled it. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. You have a blessed day, Joseph. When you go and help your friend, because he's always helpful. But see, the only thing about the Bernat and the Bernat blanket and the squishy both is you can't braid the yarns together, so you actually have a knot. And I like the yarns. I'd rather I use things like a Thick and Quick because
I
you can
haven't
actually
tried that.
because that's a real yarn that you have to braid.
I was trying to find the other day yarn that wasn't heavily plastic based, but that's kind of hard to do. Like they're all like acrylic or nylon or something.
No, well,
The good ones that I like are.
they're not. Here, let me give you some links that you can use.
See, that's what Melanie, that's exactly what I was thinking the other day was if I got a couple of those huge fluffy Angoras, I'll brush them out and they actually have a spinning club here in like my county and they teach you how to spin the wool.
You have to card it and spin it and everything else.
Mm-hmm. They teach that at one of the Pioneer museums too. How to like, is that what it's called? Carding it, where you have the little
Yeah.
brush thingies. Yeah, they
Yeah.
taught my kids how to do that with sheep wool, and they thought it was like the coolest thing ever. They didn't really understand what they were doing till I explained to them, like what yarn. Like they saw my yarn, and I was like, "This obviously isn't wool, but like same concept."
Anything that says Chanel on it is plastic.
Well, the Bernat I think is acrylic or something.
Yeah.
So I was really
Well, that's
bummed.
what I'm saying. Yeah. But here's another place for you to check out yarn. I'm dropping the links in my channel.
That would be cool to learn how to. Oh, nope, I spelled that wrong somehow. Oh, it's lion. That's why I put an S.
Oh, that's loud when you hit the keys.
Oh, sorry. Why? I don't know why that pops up like that. Okay. Oh, yeah, I've used that one too. Lion brand, I've used a little bit. I just always have to find the bigger ones. Though some of the projects
wait a minute. Here's another good place.
YouTube police.
Hey, Gary.
Is that who YouTube police is?
Yeah. Here's another one for you. Your inspirations.
Oh, yeah. They have a bunch. Their blog has a bunch of stuff on it too.
Oh, another place, a lot of times you can get it cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah.
You have to check between the two places. The actual store sometimes has sales that Amazon won't have, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So you gotta shop to where you can get more for your buck.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. With Lion Brand, they disappointed me last time. Took me 6 weeks to get my order.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. and I was supposed to have it all made by that time. So the yarn didn't come in before it was time, and so I went with different yarn.
Ooh, recycled cotton. Oh, I haven't tried this.
Good morning, Elliot.
I'll have to try some of these other ones I've not heard of before. Some of them I don't think they have in store either. Oh, sup panel. He's talking to me. Hello.
Yeah, Gary has a couple of names. He's got YouTube Police. I usually can't remember which all names he has until I see him. Then I know it's him.
Why does he have
Associative
so
memory.
many YouTube names? Just for funsies?
Different ones for different things.
Oh,
He's also got one for his homestead.
does he have quail yet? This is the year to get quail. In case anybody doesn't know, this is the year.
Because you
buy chickens and
you could have 3 quail per square foot. Well, it's usually what, 10 square feet per chicken?
Mm-hmm. I think that's if they're not free range. It's something like that.
Yeah.
That's what the internet says.
Yeah, about Loop 29. But he's also got one for his homestead.
Missing the swap meets. Oh, I wish we had more here. We only have them like one person was able to get them approved. And I think they're going to have another one in April. But we've been so busy with everybody wanting to buy chicks that I don't think we'll be able to go.
Hey, Gary, I tell you what, this is someplace you should check out. Just a second. Let me get it for you. Here you go, Gary. This is what you need first. Is you get that book there. He's jumped into Belt Loop 29 from YouTube Police. And I know he's got a homestead one, but
I love that. Have you read that book yet? I haven't finished mine all the way. I mean, it's not like I don't know it, but like I wanted to read through it anyways. And then pages to show people.
Jenna and I gave 3 books away. What was it, a week ago? And people should be getting them soon.
Awesome. Yeah, I got mine in an actual book.
That's what they got.
Yeah. And I saw the pic. I'm in a picture.
That's Belt Loop 29 Homestead, Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters.
Gosh. How does he switch back
and Belt Loop and Food. And now he's back under YouTube Police.
I have 4 YouTube logins. I thought multiple was a requirement. Yeah, Andy, I got the book because I wanted like a hard copy to show people when they ask me questions and stuff.
Not only that, when crap hits the fan, you may not have access to your
That's true. I mean, I have access
to ebooks. Good morning, Kevin. That's Tuber Chat. You need to connect with him if you want to grow your champion. Yeah.
Hi, Tuber Chat. I get on there when I can. It just kind of depends on my schedule. Oh, congrats, Nikki. And
congratulations.
How many kids do you guys have?
I didn't think you were old enough to have
That's kind of what I was thinking.
that half of that amount of grandkids. Congratulations.
Wow, you guys are like the youngest grandparents ever. I'm really bad
Have
at
a
guessing.
blessed day, Joseph.
We should do a poll. Everyone tell me what my next egg dance song should be. I'm told it needs to be country. A country song.
Oh, let me see. I don't know.
I've already done Backstreet Boys, Everybody.
Have a
I've
blessed day, Gary.
I've done All I Do Is Win. I've done That's My Kind of Night, I think. 4 children. And 14 grandbabies. My goodness.
Wow. I only know of 2 grandbabies, but I probably have a lot more. In fact, my grandbabies are old enough to have kids now. But I don't know how many kids my youngest daughter has, if she has any. But oh well.
Nikki, did you get a copy of your book yet? We're in the back. Me and you and Brad. I know I tell you that every time I see you. I was so excited. That's like my claim to fame. All my Utah people were like, you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know Zach. They're like how well? And I'm like I have his cell phone number? Like,
Which he doesn't answer.
yeah, that's true, but they don't need to know that. That's only because he's not. That's only because he's crazy busy, not because he's.
Oh, yeah, he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
Zach is a workaholic.
Yep.
3 of those grandbabies married in, but they're 100% ours. Yeah. Well, that's still over 10 grandkids, so that you had naturally. Yeah, we've been to his house multiple times.
Right.
We've even used their personal bathroom.
Yep.
Ate dinner at their house, in their house, as a guest. I adopted them, so.
I'm like, yeah, you know him better than I do, only because I don't.
I adopted them before there was ever such a thing as QuailCon.
Yeah. I met him before there was QuailCon too. Like I went and did a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when he was doing tours for whoever wanted to show up. And then within 6 months, they ended up announcing QuailCon, and I was like, oh, cool, we'll go back.
So that was cool. We had so much fun with them.
You haven't ordered it yet? Andy, no, we have not heard anything about. Not publicly, at least. I imagine some people have. What's this year book? Melanie, on his website, did you not see their email? On their website, they made a like Quail 101 book. And it's a lot shorter than the,
Here's the link to the books. You can do it electronic or paper or actual physical book.
Yeah,
I just dropped the link.
I did the physical book and got it signed.
And then Steve, yeah. Oh,
All my stuff I'm looking for.
and it is well worth it. There's only $5 difference between the electronic and the physical. And see, we couldn't get that kind of deal doing the cookbooks that way because the cookbooks were too big and too many pictures. They would have cost a heck of a lot more. Oh, Andy, blessings be with him.
Ooh. Yeah, Andy, that's what I said. And a lot of people, like the ones that
And
know
you,
me, listen to what I have to say, but some people need a book to prove it.
yeah, see, it says right here, don't do that crap.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I need a book to be like, it's written on paper and that's not my writing. Because sometimes
Right.
they just everything has to be so scientific nowadays. It's like you can learn things based on experience. That is the thing. But some people don't want no part of it. So
Well, some people don't believe it unless, oh, I got to change my thing on my, I got to get rid of the Quell University because that
I
link's
was
old.
wondering that before we got on, and I forgot to ask. I got distracted and be like, does that now
I
go?
always forget about it. I got to
Yeah, I had
change
to
that out
change
next
that on
time.
some of my stuff and just make a new QR code.
Yeah, because they're doing good on the book sales too, as well as the quail eggs and everything else.
Are they? Do you know how far backed up they are this year with shipping?
It'll tell you right in the hatching eggs.
Oh, it'll tell you how far backed out there.
When you go to collect on them, let's say
It's always
on jumbos.
it's crazy. It's crazy for everybody, and so I know it's crazy for them.
Oh, they're out of stock on the jumbo mix and on the jumbo wilds, but you can get the jumbo whites.
Oh wow, that's weird that the jumbo whites aren't sold out. I wonder if they make it out of stock once they get. Is it when he gets so many orders, he makes it out of stock until he gets
If
caught
it
up?
goes, yeah, if it goes over a certain amount of weeks, yeah.
Well, that's a good idea though, to kind of keep it.
Thank you, Steve. Cuz is always good for that. But I don't have the QR code for that.
Yeah,
need to
I
get
had
rid
to
of the
make
QR.
one.
I need to put something else up there instead of that. Egyptian tea is 2 to 4 weeks.
That's really not bad considering how many people are buying eggs and stuff right now. It's crazy.
Right. When they are out, that means he's at least 8 weeks behind.
They're asking Steve.
Well,
Now Steve's got to go check on the weights on all of them. Hold on, I'll be right back.
exactly, Andy. You said it right. That's what we need to do. We need to get you scheduled for a live, cuz. This coffee is so good this morning. I had to go get my cup filled up a lot because I'm using this one instead of the big one. Two to 4 weeks on the Cosmos. Well, Mel, you have a blessed day. Hey, Brandon, haven't seen you in a long time. Like a coon age.
Hello.
Now I'll be back in a minute.
Nobody told me yet, guys, what should my next egg dance song. If you don't follow my Instagram or my Facebook business page, I do an egg dance every time eggs come in the mail because of my unique situation. Most of my hatching eggs get shipped in. So I've already done a Backstreet Boys song. That one song, All I Do Is Win. I did Freak Out. I did That's My Kind of Night. The Macarena. I try to do something that's like, I don't know, in theme with how I'm feeling for getting the eggs. Like my one yesterday, Freak Out, was really funny. I don't think I can screen share though. Oh, I might be able to. And then I can show you guys because I think it's funny.
I had to approve it. It'll be just a minute. I'm away
okay.
from the keyboard.
I think it's funny, but my husband was embarrassed. And my 10-year-old just stared at me. Which country song? Red Solo Cup. I don't drink, so I think a lot of people would be really confused. If I drank, then that would be the perfect egg song. Man, if I drank every time I got hatching eggs in the mail, I would need to be seeing a specialist on livers. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, like that one song by I don't know who does that one song, that Freak Out. Da, 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 Freak Out. That song.
How about it's just a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll?
Ooh, I don't know if I know that song. Oh, I'm trying to see if my computer's going to let me pull up the video.
Well, if you can put present, but it'll come down here in the bottom, and then I'll put it up there.
Oh, this isn't the right one. This is my, oh, looking in the chat, I sent Seal's Family Farm my funny ones because they're going to send me eggs next. They just got NPIP.
Cool.
And I told him, he's like, well, you're going to have to one-up your egg dance. And I was like, well, I try to one-up it every time, but he said he likes the country songs. So I was like, we'll see what I can come up with. Chicken Fry by Zach Brown. I don't know if I know that song either. I need to start looking these up.
Jerome, the Shadow Scout says Leroy Troy's Ghost Chickens in the Sky.
Chicken Fry? Is this what I think it is? Oh, yeah, I do know that song. I really like that song. Okay, let me see if I can find this dance. Okay. Maybe. Man, my internet is not having any part of it. Come on, internet. Oh, Steve posted it in the chat, but I don't think I can click on it. You might be able to.
Well, there's a way to go about getting it. Let me share it. I haven't started it or anything yet, so.
Freak out. T-Rex it, sprinkler, and cabbage patch. Freak out. Oh yeah. Giddy up, y'all. We got eggs.
So you see the eggs.
Invader. Yes, we do. So many eggs.
See.
Oh, can't get back up now. Oh, shake. Let's go. Let's go. I'm freaking out. Freak out. Oh, shake it. Oh. Who loves hatching eggs? I do.
There you go. I said, there you go.
I'm trying to think it. Oh, I did the one. What is that song? Oh, no, I think it is That's My Kind of Night. It's like, I got that real good, feel good stuff. That song. And my morning is complete. Did you not see that? Katie, do you not? I put crazy stuff on my Instagram. Like crazy. I do egg dances every time now. And I started it because I got eggs from Thieving Otter Farm, which is like, because I like, honestly, they're expensive and they're really good. And I was like, I'm never going to be able to afford these. And I got some and I was super excited. And so then I guess kind of started dancing with all my eggs. And I get them every month at least from Guidros Family Farm. So yeah, just go follow me on Instagram. It's the same name. And I just follow me. And then it's on my stories, but also my business page, it transfers over to the stories on Facebook. All about the beat. I need to do Champion by Carrie Underwood. Ghost chickens in the sky. That seems to be a common one that everybody keeps saying. I need to look it up now. Do I know that song? I'm horrible at song names and people, like artists. Chickens in the sky.
And you could do Rock You.
I don't think. Oh, you know what? I think I have heard this Ghost Chickens in the Sky one time before, but I don't know it super well. Oh, I got a good one. Sometimes I go through random stuff that I like listen to with the kids. They're obsessed with like NSYNC right now.
Uh-huh.
So Andy, yeah, the price, I actually was talking to her about it the other day. It is because she feeds like top-notch food. And honestly, shipping goes up every year, so that makes sense. And Foam Shipper's price has gone up like I think twice in the last year. So, Baby Shark. I feel like, how do you dance to Baby Shark? My daughter would be like, yes, yes. Like she loves that song.
Hello, Lowe's Family Adventures. They're on
Thanks
your
for
channel.
coming. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the one I met at the swap last year. Actually, I think she just asked me the other day if I was going to be at the swap this year. I haven't seen the application come through, though. I haven't seen a whole lot about it. So I'm not sure they're doing a swap or if they're just not going to do quail this year and that's why they didn't ask, or if they're only going to do NPIP people, which is possible. It's just expensive in this state. So I haven't, at least the last time I checked it was, and I haven't fooled with it since then because I just haven't. So my birds don't go very far.
She says the spring show is still going on.
Okay. I don't think I've seen Sierra's emails come through, but I don't think I've seen the application. So I don't know if they're only going to do, I need to just text her and find out if they're just going to do chickens this year or what. Because if they're going to do quail, I'll probably end up bringing chicks because the likelihood of me having grown out ones is really unlikely. And at the rate we're going with selling chicks, we may not have any, period. So I wonder if we can put down as a maybe and let her know into March. I don't know when it is. Yeah, no kidding, Steve. I hate checking my email. And then I missed stuff. And now they just updated the emails. So it gets sorted in all these different boxes that you didn't choose. Oh, April 26th. Okay, so it is in the same place in that fairgrounds. I wonder if she'll let me know, like, let her know in April.
Well, Lo says you have email her. You have to email her.
Yeah. Oh, to get the, yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah, that's probably smarter than, because there's so many people that are like breeding chickens, or not breeding, like hatching chickens this year.
Thank you for coming, Joe, and you have a blessed day.
I'll call you later, Joe. Yeah, I'll call you later. Oh, he was asking me, I was supposed to talk about it and I forgot. He wanted me to tell him about my sex link project. Sex links are a new thing.
For chickens?
No, to people in Utah, me breeding sex links. So that I know at birth, like at hatch, whether they're boys or girls.
Yeah.
It's a new thing. Like there's not a lot of people that have a lot of experience with quail anyways in Utah. And then they don't stay with it very long usually. So I'm kind of the go-to person. And I haven't done sex links before. And the reason is it's hit or miss. Like sex links can be really good, but everyone's going to ask for hens. And if you have several batches of all males, that's fine. Because like I always have a use for everything that hatches. But if those people are waiting for chicks and they want like 20 females and I hatched 2, you know what I mean? They're going to have a while to wait until they get the right amount kind of thing. So
correct.
It's a catch-20. It's good in some ways because I know right away what is going to be male.
You know what hatching. Yeah.
Yeah, but it also is kind of like, I try to convince people to just go the unsexed chick route because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you can get twice as many chicks for $3 a chick versus like sex link, it's $6 a chick. And I cannot guarantee that you're going to get as many hens as you want because I only have so many that are going to hatch. And
oh, you had a really bad hatch on Friday, Lo?
A chicken hatch? I think she does mostly chickens. I can't remember what city she's in, but she is in Utah though. Oh yeah, AI. I haven't heard. Oh yeah, Andy said above that. I'm actually working on a project of sex links that are not the normal color. But because the project birds I ordered in got all jacked up by the post office, like bad, like they shook up the stuff so there was no air sacs even intact when I got them. I have to reorder and do all that. So yeah, I'm going to do a tuxedo sex link. So I'm excited. And if you think when you hear that, well, that doesn't make sense because 25% will be white, it's okay because I've already done the math and I'm really good friends with Rebecca Lynch. So I figured it out and it'll work. It's just going to take me time. And seeing as how it's busy chick season, it might take me longer. That might have to be a later fall, winter project. But yeah. Oh, button. Oh, I just got rid of most of my buttons. I had like 40. It was a lot. And everybody was like, you have to hatch buttons. And then I hatched buttons. And then I got stuck with like 40 because all of a sudden no one needed buttons anymore, even though they asked for it. So yeah, I ended up not. Buttons.
Buttons are good for earrings.
Yeah, and that's what I use them for. I have 5 pets left and I use them for earrings. I blow out the eggs and use them for earrings. But I can't keep them. Like if I could keep them outside, I would keep them because my hatch rates were like 100%. Like they were awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't want to keep that many birds in my house. When I do, when I brood, I'll keep the day old chicks in the house for like up to a week, but it's usually because people already have them reserved. And then I just carry the tote upstairs. They come in, pick out what they want, and then I take the tote back downstairs and plug back in the heater. So it's easier than having to drag them out to my shed all the time. I don't really like to unpadlock my gate. Button bob whites.
She has buttons, bob whites, and Copernicus.
Oh, I thought she meant button bob whites. And I was like, bob whites come in?
She must be on her phone because she's not using punctuation.
Oh, and phones autocorrect everything incorrectly.
Uh-huh. Incorrectly, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I swear, most of the time it thinks I'm saying duck when I'm clearly not. And then when I actually try to type duck, when I'm actually talking about the ducks, it reverses it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's never duck, except the one time it was duck, and you switched it anyways. Dear autocorrect, it's never duck.
Oh, the AIs are getting what my Alexa calls me now does not sound anything like my name.
What does it call you?
I can't even say it.
Bye, Shadow Scout Swede.
Joanne, you have a blessed day, dear.
Yeah, for right now, I just have Pharaoh Egyptian sex links, like the regular ones. But it works because I can get rid of the males before they start crowing. And I know for a fact I'm not going to screw up, like, which one's a girl or a boy. Somebody got spots late or something. Bye, Christopher and Angela.
Have a blessed day. Yeah, we're going to be leaving in about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's already that time. Yeah, I got so much stuff to do outside and I don't even want to go out there because the bees are foraging. But because it's been so unseasonably warm here, they're like, why is there no pollen? And so then they keep coming at us. I had one get in my shirt the other day. It went in my sleeve.
But it didn't sting you, did it?
No. But
Good.
I swear it was I saw my shirt going like this and I was like, ah! And so I didn't want to throw my shirt off and run through the yard in my bra. So I ran in the quail shed and threw my shirt off and threw it out. And then my daughter was standing there looking at me and I was in the quail shed going, they're in here somewhere. And she just stared at me. You're like, what? So
Mom's spazzing out, huh?
yeah. Because one had got in her hair and then I got it out and I should have just squished it. And I didn't. And then it started coming after me. And then a couple minutes later, one got in my shirt and I was like, we're done. Yeah, I almost want to move to that hive.
Today and tomorrow I have winter.
Not again. Yeah. Steve, while she was thinking, not again, Mom, I'm thinking to the bee, not today, Satan.
See, it's 34 degrees outside right now. And yesterday at this time, it was about 50.
Yeah, it's like 35-ish here right now, and it's supposed to get to like 58. So it's just wild. So it's like cold enough at night that I can't give the bees sugar water, because then if they drink all that sugar water and gorge themselves and it gets too cold, they'll freeze and die.
Uh-huh.
So I have to try to give them other things. I have a bunch of pollen patties, but I'm scared to open the lid and throw the pollen patty in, because last time I opened the lid, they went nuts, even with my smoking them and stuff.
See, Andy's weather right now, it's 51.
Yeah, and you guys are
And-
later than us too.
And
So
Pope, it's 63.
yeah, because you guys, it's like 11. It's almost lunchtime, and here it's almost 10.
And you have 42 degrees.
Yeah.
So you're a lot warmer than I am. About 10 degrees.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be warm today. So we'll just see how. Oh, she's in Payson. Okay, I thought it was that direction, but I didn't remember what city it was. Lowe's Family Adventures, you have chickens too, right? I guess it depends what part of Payson you're in, if you are hatching chickens or not. Are you going to be at the swap? And are you swapping critters or just collecting critters?
Nikki's weather is 30. Nikki's got the same temperature I got. Let's see what Lowe's says.
Probably similar. It's not far from us. It's only 20 minutes south of us or less.
40 degrees. 40 degrees.
Ducks and...
She has chickens, turkeys, ducks, and Muscovies.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably Muscovies.
I'm great at Taiwanese. Too many years experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big difference between Andy and Nikki.
Oh, they're in the same state, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Are they in Missouri?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're both in Missouri.
I'm blanking. I know her first name, and I'm blanking on it right now. Low Family Adventures.
Nikki's 3 hours from Andy Rabbit. It has not been announced either way yet.
Tanya, that's it. Yeah, Tanya, they have not announced QuailCon. Usually, like, it's later when he announces it, so.
March 1st is when he usually announces it.
Oh, well, that's today, so maybe.
Yeah. But as bad as AI is in Ohio, there's a great possibility it may not be allowed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that, because the NPIP people could say no, right?
Right. They will. They advise. If they advise him that it's too dangerous, then he can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not like, I mean, he could have it and then tell people they can't go in the quail shed.
No, because he can't have the contamination from other farms onto his farm.
Mm-hmm.
Because that contaminates the whole farm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the big danger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't think it's bad here. I don't think it's bad here, but I haven't heard much. So
it is bad in Ohio. About 1/3 of the places have been already. Yeah.
Oh, really? Like they're calling?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame them. I'd be terrified to lose that many birds of any kind.
Well, that's his whole family lifestyle.
Well, exactly. And some of those colors, well, most of those colors are like ones he's worked on there specifically. So it's not like, you know, he's got them sitting somewhere else. And the My Shire Canada doesn't have all the colors he has. So it's not like they could ship him eggs in
Right.
the event that
Well,
happened.
not only that, they can't ship across state lines. That's why he's got My Shire Canada.
Mhm.
And,
Well, I think what they did was drive him across the first. I think that's what they said, something like that. They figured out some way to get him there, but Steve, he's got the countdown starting already.
oh, he started that last QuailCon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I just haven't heard him mention it on YouTube.
Yeah, he's that way. But I'm just telling people, just think, we got the worst state for AI right now is Ohio.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so that I can't say whether he's having it or not because it's not my place. But I'm just telling people, be aware.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his livelihood. So
That's his family. Yeah, his whole family.
yeah, that sucks how bad that's affecting everybody. I wish it would just be done with.
The way to do that, Tanya, is to type the word quail in YouTube search.
Oh, Tanya, I can, if you message me, I have like a running list of a lot of them too. That I give to like all my new peoples.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, and it's not bad here, but that's one of the reasons that I kind of have people pick up chicks in the house and they don't even go in the backyard. It's pretty much shut off to most people.
Well, you all have a blessed day. It's time for us to hang up our cameras. In my case, shut it down. Thank you very much, Kelli, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We always enjoy you.
Yeah, guys, look out for egg. I think I'm getting more eggs next week, so
Start looking for another egg dance.
egg dances.
You need to post it on your YouTube channel.
I do. I just sent a bunch of them to somebody, so I'll find them all and put them all on my shorts or something, and then tag the channels that they came from.
So everybody have a blessed day and see you next week.
Yeah, Tanya, message me and I'll send you that list. Okay. Bye, guys.